Let's get everything set up here. Welcome in, everybody. It's actually a pretty chill song. I'm gonna turn it down though. I'm gonna turn it down. It was a little loud, but it was chill. Like, it was pretty cool. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Guten Morgen, wie geht's? It's not morning for some of our European friends, but early enough, okay? Okay, good afternoon. I don't know where you're at. Where are you? You tell me. Where are you? Shout out right now. Dox yourself. Give away your location. Give away your country, social security number, any bank information you have, put it in the chat. And yeah, just go ahead and do that now. Just go ahead and drop that all into the chat. UK, Cali, Portugal, Netherlands, wow, Texas, which is its own country, Wales, Pennsylvania, UK from Liverpool, actually several UK, we love to see that. Greece, Arizona, oh man, school is crap here, you're true. Germany, so hey, you understood the little bit of German that I know earlier. So wait, if you're in Germany, it is, it'd be Guten Abend, right? It's pretty late over there. Pretty late. Philly area? Hey, there you go, Ben. There you go, Ben. Just make us buy more Armadas. What just quit in Florida? Scott, speaking for all of the state of Florida. I'm really scared of hypo of whose that actually is. I'm not going to share that because that looks like it could actually be a real, actual, like, I feel like that is a social security number, so I don't want to share it. But thank you for being here, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully y'all having a fantastic Sunday so far. Yeah, 7 in Germany, and it is 12 here because we in the US just had our daylight savings time. So we reset on back. And for anybody who's about to ask, yes, the content creators have actually already asked them about how will they be handling, daylight savings time moving into the future, things like that. And no word back from Le Dead team. So, but I mean, it did launch correctly. I mean, correctly in terms of the same time here for me. I don't know how that actually works out for y'all if over in the EU. Doing TC defense and watching the stream. Looney, that means that you must not be having much of a TC defense right now. There must be not much really going on. And Scott, I appreciate you. I will say that the content creators have been able to push for some great things this year, man. And some really good things have happened. But they've really dropped the ball on a lot of events. And then that's kind of like the preface or the premise, rather, of a lot of today's discussion that we're going to have with should you be excited for DS9 Part 3? Now, I'll admit, look, I don't think this is a game that you should quit. I don't think that this game is that bad. I think that there are frustrating moments. And I think that the community is always what's made this game great. And a lot of the aspects of this game are getting better in community area. The Incursions being the worst ever was not great, coming off a rough month. But still, I think that there's plenty here for me to enjoy and plenty here for me to try to get y'all to enjoy more. So we're going to talk about DS9 Part 3. Obviously, I can't give away what's happening. For those who are curious, yes, it is roughly 48 hours from now. It is this Tuesday. I know an official announcement hasn't been made or anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I don't care. I'll get in trouble if I do. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, we do have Incursions. I'm sorry. We do have the new arc starting this Tuesday, for those who were unaware. And Chris says, I would like to know what they were thinking when the Franklin PvP was proposed. What they were thinking is, I know exactly what they were thinking. I can tell you if you truly want to know, or if you just want to blast them, I'll just let you blast. Do you want to truly know Chris, I'm being legit here. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Like, Chris, do you legit want to know the reason, or do you want to just blast? And if you want to just blast them, I'll let you just blast. You want to know the legit reason? The legit reason is Incursions is supposed to be PvP centric completely in its entirety. The whole idea of Incursions is to give that like 40% of the player base who wants PvP something to do just for them. The reason they went with Swarms is because they could combine it and have PvE but still put a PvP element in it. Their desire is for Incursions to be a PvP 100% event. And this was a way to throw in some PvE while still keeping it PvP. That was the idea behind it. You don't get that if you do the Discovery or the Realtor Brawl. Now, I would much rather just do the Discovery or the Realtor Brawl, but that doesn't give you the PvE element. So That's why you had that combination. I would have told you it was going to fall flat, and I know why it fall flat. But this is also why in my video I said is I understand the reasoning, even if I don't think the execution was good. The reasoning is sound. Incursions is supposed to be PvP oriented, so I get that. But it's a good, like, the idea of what they want to go for is fine. The execution was not good. And I do understand that there is that portion of the player base who wants the PvE element, but I think it has to be something small and something separate. I think it has to be something small and something separate. Just my opinion. Ice Pick, thank you for dropping that, man. I appreciate it. How have we not modded you over here on the, because you're a mod over on Twitch. We haven't modded you over here. I need to, oh wait, it's not the command. There we go. Thank you, Ice Pick, for being here. So there are definitely ideas that the community can take and go to them and say, hey, do this instead next time and it'd be better. But that was the idea. And that's why I didn't try to come on them too hard. Like, yes, it's like, this was a bad idea. But at the same time, I understood where they were trying to come from. Pegasus says they should have done a PvP element and a separate PvE event. And I agree that. That's what I'm saying. But I understand their logic. They don't want it to have, I mean, it's supposed to be PvP oriented. So I understand their logic. My rebuttal is just that your logic just doesn't work. And that was the whole entire premise of my video. PvE players don't want to play with PvP players, and you shouldn't make them. Like, if John is out there, John says, our personal feeling is they should have only allowed Franklin to participate in PvP, not the other ships as well. Fair. But my only rebuttal to that is you shouldn't make players play with Rev. If people don't want to PvP with Rev, don't make them. Stop forcing players' hands. And if that means that you don't have PvE events, well, then you don't have PvE centric events besides your dailies one day out of the month. You know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. That's better than what we had with the Franklin PvP. The best run, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I'm curious if y'all agree or disagree. The best run of incursions with PvP was the open-ended, open system damage dealt was the best. The open system damage dealt run was the best version of that they had, in my personal opinion. Now, if Chad disagrees, I obviously want to hear Chad's opinion. We got like 200 people here. That was where I thought they had the best version of PvP and incursion. I still don't think that was a perfect method by any stretch. I think that was the best method. Mike says, I'm primarily a PvE player. That being said, I have enjoyed the once a month PvP events to varying degrees, but I'm glad it's only once a month. There you go. And if those players choose to participate, that's great. But the truth is, a lot of them aren't, and that's okay. So far, everybody's agreeing. The open system damage was definitely the best. Agreed. That's what I think, but I also want to leave it open with everybody else having their opinions heard. So like if somebody legitimately preferred, and if you did, you will receive no shame in this chat. If you were here and you like the Franklin PvP event, say that. You will get no shame here. So Dreddy says the Franklin was the best PvP event ever. I don't know if they're being facetious or serious, but either way, cool. And then let's see, we got Steven says, I disagree with the open system PvP event. So Steven, what did you prefer as the PvP event that we've seen so far in Incursion? What was your favorite? Chris says the open system PvP lets you get points for defending when someone hits your base. Agreed. And that was my favorite part of it. That made some of the raiding more fun. I kept my shield down a little bit more. That was more fun. Sarcastic. Could get anyone to play it. Fair enough, Fred. So, should there be an option to turn PvP off? DNO? No, there should not. This is a PvP game. Now, the rebuttal to that is always people saying, well, 90% of your time is mining everything. Okay, well, 95% of your time in real war is doing nothing but logistics and prep anyway. So, it's realistic in that aspect, and I said it in my video. The PvP element in this game is terrible. Like, PvP sucks here. Like, the actual design of PvP is trash, but that doesn't mean the PvP should be turned off. PvP should not be turned off. It is a PvP game. It should be a PvP game, and that's okay, but that does mean that it still needs to be better. Ben says, don't mind PvP events, but using them to make the PvE event more difficult was not enjoyed. Using level log ships for a PvP event kind of makes it pay to win. So I would say no on the pay to win aspect, because leveling is not pay to win. You know, a Franklin A is a level 35 ship, and they're a free to play who are level 49 now. So I'm going to say no on the pay to play part of it, but everything else I get what you're saying. So, Meme says the problem with the Franklin APP structure is that it's a band-aid to try and force PvE people into PvP, which is what I already said. What Scope needs to do is make losing PvP more fun than opting out. Agreed. Which is why I like the open-ended system. Here's what it really comes down to for me, and this is where my video, if you did not check out my video, I really got to push y'all to check it out. If you haven't watched my latest video where I cover this event, please do go give it a watch and hear all the points I'm making, because those are the points I made directly to the dev team that is in charge of Incursions. But what it comes down to is Star Trek Fleet Command is going to have to make a decision. Do they want Incursions to pull resources out of the economy and have low participation and people not like it? Or do they want people to like Incursions and participate at high levels, but it give resources? Because that's what it comes down to. If the rewards do not justify the PvP, people aren't going to play. If the rewards do not justify the PvP, people aren't going to play. There have been PvP events and Incursions where I've spent 2 or 3 billion tritanium. I do not get 2 or 3 billion tritanium for an Incursion run. Nowhere close. In fact, the PvP event was paying out par steal. So you've got to choose. Are you willing to live with few people liking it and dealing with the low rewards? Or are you willing to bite the bullet and just help people at least break even? Because the rewards are just awful. Like, there's no incentive for me to go out with my Valdor in PvP. There's barely incentive to go out with my Enterprise in PvP during Incursions because the rewards are bad. So let's see. Poker says the best PvP in Incursions is the PvP that develops from either attacking a base that's being defended or contested, or from actively defending a base against an attacker. You're right. Raiding is the best form of PvP in this game. It's the most fun PvP. It's really the only active, fun part of PvP. So maybe they should try raid events. But again, that's going to vary server to server in its success, because you're going to run into servers like server 20 where you can easily raid, and then you're going to run into servers where you can't raid at all. So Chris says they took PvP structure of the prior run and just added PvP elements, folks would be happy. Well, their rebuttal to that is going to be, well, then people would just not do PvP at all and they would only do the PvE. And they really want to give those PvP players as many opportunities as possible. So Xavier says the only reason I didn't like the open-end systems was it was hard to find targets at times. I think they should add specific system to give extra points. Logical there. I mean, that makes sense. I think you'd still have a little bit of an issue here and there, but yeah, I mean, that makes complete sense. Skipping level 33 ships, going straight for the Enterprise, wise choice. Danzo, I used to really stress that skipping the 32s was completely okay. I would say that now, though, there's a much bigger argument, because as soon as you hit 35, you have the Bajoran faction. And when you start getting into that solo armadas, unless you're going to pick up multiple epics and tier them up, having a 32 right there is going to help you out for those solo armadas. So it's changing a little bit, but that's not a bad strategy. But maybe that strategy's changed just a little. Hey, Charles, good to see you. Good to see you. The Incursion I raided one well in the morning and just did faction hunt because it was boring and no incentive to PvP. Well, at least you finished with a profit. I mean, I've gotten and finished with profit on par steal, but I don't finish on profit when it comes to tritanium. So, sir, are you trying to take my Federation trader? Copper Pirate, what do you think you're doing? Okay, you're going past me. Never mind. Never mind, Copper Pirate. I accused you falsely. Their lack of understanding of how their game really works is amazing. To get a good idea, but then screw it up by not understanding what they have done. All I can do as a content creator is try to bring them closer to that middle ground for them to understand where y'all are coming from. But then they also will just do something. I think now's as good a time as any. Is anybody here in chat from a server that was on a bye week this past Incursion? Is anybody here who was on the bye from Incursion? I know there was like 8 servers that were on bye. Is there anybody present who was bye? I'm here from a server that's too new to participate. So you don't count wire speed. The reason I'm not including you because you wouldn't have gotten the bye week gift. But Charles, you send them the cash app? Oh, I'll check it here in just a second, my friend. I'll check it in just a second. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Charles. Let's see. No, I was on 125 on the bye week. Okay. Wait, wire speed, you did get the gift? Newer servers, I don't think we're supposed to get the gift because they weren't going to be in Incursions anyway. Interesting. Interesting. But let's talk about it. That's why I want to bring this up. We brought it up on Twitch last night, but we need to bring it up here. This is what people who were on the bye week of incursions were sent. If you did not do incursions, this was your reward. And in my opinion, this is a bigger insult. Personal opinion, this is a bigger insult than the PvP Franklin. This is awful. This is literally insulting to players. So for those who don't know the math of how incursions ran this past run, 480 Supreme Incursion coins is one event. A losing server player who did everything would have got 1920. A winning server gets 2,500 coins. Literally, one event is what you got given. One event worth. To me, this is the biggest insult in the past month. Like, and this goes back to what I was saying in my video, and I've been saying here today. If you want incursions to be participated in, you've got to increase the rewards. That's just what it comes down to. It's not fun, and the rewards are trash. And this is just insulting. Like, people who couldn't even do incursions who maybe wanted, this is just awful. This is just awful. They want players to be the content, and then you reward them for being part of the content. Agreed. It'd be more joyful if the client doesn't crash every 10-15 minutes. Well, that doesn't happen. I've never had that happen, honestly. Well, I haven't had that happen consistently. There have been days where it was just like really bad, but like I'd never have that happen. So Brad says they deserve more than that, but is it fair to give them 1,900 like someone who spent most of the day hunting Franklin A's? 100% yes, Brad. 100% yes. It is fair because they didn't get an opportunity. And we need to get this game out of the idea that we should punish players for anything, whether they did or didn't do something. This game needs to be more generous. This game tells players they want them to level up and to do new stuff without giving them the means to do that. This is your only sourcing for Strike Team. This is your only sourcing for Strike Team. This is it. This is your sourcing for Strike Team. So yes, they 100% should give out at minimum the losing amount. At minimum, which is 1920. And nobody cares about Strange New World Una. She's trash. Like, she threw in a trash epic officer that nobody cares about. And then 480. I mean, 500 subspace relay isn't even enough to do any upgrade besides like the very beginning levels. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So, yeah. And then if this had been Strike Team Una, I probably honestly feel a smidge different. If it had been Strike Team Una, but Strange New World Una and 3, nah, trash. Trash. Absolute trash. Looney says I made deals with opponents to trade Franklin A kills. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did that, Looney, but you shouldn't have to do that. It's more the point. You shouldn't have to do that. My subspace relay is only level 14 and it requires 2150. Yeah, Diano, I'm level 11 on my subspace relay. I'm way behind on the subspace relay because I don't really do incursions. I haven't really done a lot of incursions prep and participation because it hasn't been fun. So I haven't done a ton of it. Collecting all my stuff. Yo, Shazzy, thank you. I also disliked that was in the middle of the week. I think that was because of Halloween, though. I think because they had a holiday, that's why I was in the middle of the week. I think PvP events would have been 10 times better if they gave out points for dying / losing. Agreed. But even then, I still don't like the Franklin A event. Even if we add that in, I don't like the Franklin A event. So, I really don't. Hey, Triax, how you doing? Scopely only sees a completion from kill trading. A problem is still there. Yeah, I agree. Problems abound. Problems abound. Also, I need to swap. I need to take this miner back home and swap it for our swarm hunting. We got to do swarm hunting today. Main problem is incursion is just a server swap with shields. Well, that depends, Dr. Big. It's not that way. It has never been that way for my incursions. Not a single time. But we've done 5 incursions, and it's yet to be just a shield swap. There's always been something to do, but that really depends on your server and who you're facing. So that experience is going to be unique. You know, my experience does not represent everybody else's experience in incursion. Like, I can always find PvP and stuff during incursions when server 20 goes against somebody. But I also can't say that that speaks for every server. because I know it doesn't. Because that's not how it was on my Server 63 account. Every one of your server incursions been that way? Yeah. And like I said, I believe you. And I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not calling you a truther. I mean, I don't think you're lying. But it's also a very relative experience, you know, and that makes it difficult for me as a content creator because, like, you know, how do I give a relative experience to them? You know what I mean? My opinion on the broken levels of 178. What do you mean, Bob? I'll be honest. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no clue. No clue. It's also funny that they assume that the moment you hit 35, you have a Franklin A because you only got the regular Franklin in an event lower than 35. I'll be honest, Joseph. When you hit 35, you should be ready to scrap your Franklin and get the Franklin A. Like day one, you should. I mean, not trying to like shame people who haven't, but you 100% should. Yes. Umberto says Scopa doesn't get it. They keep trying variations on a theme to get more participation. They should realize that the main predicator of participation is the rewards. I agree with you, Umberto. And this is where I said earlier, and I said this in the video yesterday. They've got to decide, do they want incursions to be something designed to take resources out of the economy, which is basically what it is, or do they want it to be high participation, which means high rewards, not bringing things out of the economy? So Bob, you could still use the Franklin. You had the Franklin A and the Franklin in that event. So even though you were level 33, you can still use the Franklin. The things I already have an amalgam prior to go away. Fair. I don't ever think about that, but I do have all the weapons refits already. I already have all these weapon refits. I don't have the ship refits, but I have all the weapon refits. Oh man, should I get the auger refit? I think I can afford. Can I afford the auger refit? I can't afford the auger. How many do you need for the auger refit? Sorry guys, I got distracted now. I gotta go see what the auger refit costs. Unlock more. 80. Oh yeah, I'm nowhere close. I'm nowhere close. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'm nowhere close. It's gonna take like 3 years before I'm close. If the ships would have had an option to equip both PvP and PvE crews, then the whole PvP talk will be another topic. Yeah, that's obviously not an option. If they added PvE XSLBs, that would incentivize too. Remember, XSLBs are designed to make money. Leaderboards are auction events. Leaderboards are designed to make money. A PvE leaderboard will make basically $0. So y'all got to keep that in mind too. Now, I'm not defending Scopely, but this game does have to make money. Leaderboards are money events. Now, you do have a couple of leaderboards that aren't necessarily that way, like during Incursions. The PvP one is technically not that way, but XSLBs and regular leaderboards are designed, for the most part, to be auctioned. And a PvE one is going to be hard to convince, because PvP, they can justify with, well, players are going to have to go buy those titanium packs for all these repairs. You don't have that with PvE. So again, this goes back to the original argument I was making. They've got to decide, are they willing to put up with incursions just not being really liked and having low rewards, or do they want high participation, which will then result in them having to greatly increase reward? If PvP is so popular as it seems to be, can't they have an exclusive PvP server? All can port there, no one can shield. That is not technologically possible for this game. This game can't do that. They don't have the ability to do that. Could they create it? Yes. Everything is possible, but that doesn't mean things are doable. That's not possible with the current infrastructure and tech of this game. Of course, a scout spawns when I'm about dead, and I'm probably going to die to this scout. Incursion makes its money from ship repairs. You don't think clearing when you're battling and opposing servers. I mean, yeah, ship repairs and cost to repair ships is the way that they make money. Christopher says this game does make the money. They don't need to always be shuffling around with their hand out, asking for more every single term. Chris, yes, they do. I mean, it's just the truth of it. Yes, they do. What you made last month doesn't mean you can do whatever you want the next month. They have a set amount that they're expected to make from their overlord. You remember that the game people that we talk to, game developers and the dev team have bosses, and they have metrics that they have to hit. So it is like that. It doesn't matter if they made $10 million in January. It doesn't matter. They have got stuff that they have got to hit this month. Doesn't matter what they did. And if the game stops making that level of money, then they stop supporting the game. So y'all got to understand that. And also keep in mind that when they make 10 million in sales, they don't actually get $10 million. Like every pack that you buy on Apple or Google, so $100, Apple takes 50%. Done. So now it's $50. And then when you talk about those good old people over at CBS Paramount, you can promise that their licensing percentage is not like 5%. So the profit margin is a lot smaller than people think, even with these $100 price points. Y'all gotta understand that. Like, Scopely's not sitting there swimming in cash. That's one of the reasons they push you to like the multi-phasic store. So it used to be 30% ALG and SEP. It used to be 30. It's no longer 30. I was literally just told a week ago that it's up to 50%. Now, maybe that person was wrong, but that just happened. That just happened. Now, maybe that person was wrong, but recently it moved up to 50%. But anyway, that's why they push the multi-phasic store, because Exela doesn't have that much. Regio says it is 30%. Okay, even 30% though, that's still a huge chunk. So if it is still 30% and that person was wrong, which does happen, that's still a massive portion immediately just coming out at the very top. And is sweet the multi-phasic store? I mean, the multi-phasic is pretty sweet as it is. Exela does take their service fees, Ibrahim, but it's very small. It's I think it's like 10%. It's much smaller than iOS and Google. Explore Strike Team news. I can tell you that they're coming. I can't tell you when. I can tell you that they're coming. If bugs were fixed timely, they could make more, but they work on cost-benefit analysis. Well, yeah, they do. And it is what it is. And it's my job to just keep it real with y'all. Like, I'm not going to lie to y'all about how things are set up. So. Tara says, honestly, for iOS users, they should also give them multi-phasics to compensate for higher prices. They should not give you multi-phasics for Apple tax. You should stop supporting Apple. Tara, that's not on Scopely. That's you supporting a bad company. Stop supporting Apple. You should not get a reward for having to suffer through an Apple tax. You're choosing to suffer through an Apple tax. That's not on Scopely. That's your choice. Stop supporting bad company. What is your opinion on US Defiant? No idea. It's not in the game. So we'll just have to wait and see if it does come to the game, what it looks like then. Would you, GM says Scopely is a good company. I know you're being funny, but I give Scopely a hell of a lot more money than I would give Apple. I would give Apple $0. I will not buy a MacBook. I will not buy an iPhone. I will not buy an iPad. My son has a hand-me-down one because he's autistic, but yeah, I mean, trash products. Trash product. Excuse me. Overpriced. They're not bad products. They are well built, but they're extremely overpriced. And the fan club is really annoying. Laromi, thank you for deciding to be an instant for 31 months, man. Thank you. Have I given hints for the new arc? I really haven't, because it's been difficult to get excited about the new arc with the past 2 months being so lackluster event-wise. So I haven't. Apple products and luxury items, so you pay luxury tax use. Yeah, which is ridiculous because my Samsung phone will outperform an iPhone in basically every way, and I don't have an extra tax. So. Scopely still advertises Apple as a platform, so they're still responsible to a certain extent. That's not how that works at all, because that's like saying they are they supporting Microsoft with the PC version? That's not how that works. Is DS9 is coming soon? It is coming Tuesday, yes. It is coming Tuesday. Use Android over Apple? 100% yet, and I have for a decade now. Keep in mind, IT background, IT guy, 100% use Android over Apple, 100%. Should I burn the speed ups for Office 35? Harley, I would say that being Ops 35 in DS9 has proven to be very advantageous. The Bajoran faction, everything is unlocked there. Obviously, there are a lot of other things, and camping at 35 is a big thing that I've pushed for a long time. So I would say, yeah, probably go to 35. I'm kind of met on the game, giving it to the first of the year to make me want to really play. The Romy, I make you really want to play. How about that? K92, thank you. Apple lives up to its story in the Bible. Nice. K92, nice. Nice. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the Discord link. If you haven't joined already, which would be kind of a shock, feel free to jump in. And Sapphire, good to see you. How's Amsterdam today? If the events go smoothly, will this be happier by the end of the month? If the event structure is good this month, then I do see the worst this month getting rated a C or a B. The features in it look good. They're solid. Good, strong features. The real question comes down to, will the events be set up, quote unquote, correctly? Like, will they be enjoyable? Will we want to do them? So, worked at tech field for the last 24 years. Only Apple stuff I've ever gotten was iPod Nanos. Dude, I did have iPods. Those were dope because Zunes were trash. I'm over here hyping up Android. Zunes were awful. Zune was really, really bad. But yeah. So, will this BP feature an event store? So no, you will not have an event store in terms of like, DS9 does not end in November. DS9 goes through at least December. So no, you'll not have an event store. Any thoughts on a single high player purposely costing a server the incursion by letting them take turns of loot? I mean, Mark, I think it sucks, but it's not like game breaking the rules or anything. It's really crappy to do, but it's not like against TOS. So, how can engineering mess up next month? Well, that's the thing. Did engineering mess up last month? I don't think they did. Dev team, like the ops team who does the events, definitely laid an egg, but I don't think that game design did. Last month I thought game design was good. Joseph, if it's the player that I'm thinking about on the server I'm thinking about, he was banned before that. Are we getting a Bajoran interceptor with a buff against their hostiles? A Bajoran ship? It'd be cool if there's a Bajoran ship, but there's really only one Bajoran ship in DS9, and it wasn't really good. It was pretty crappy. Well, yeah, Looney, I was excited to do that. I love doing that. Yeah, but I thought that, in my opinion, game design last month had a good month. But the events were not good, which is the dev team / ops. Boost on server 70 dropped his bubble and popped tokens to get saved through the wind. I would be really surprised if that's why he got banned. Really surprised. But I mean, if that's the case, I would like that known so that we could like announce it. Tell us about the Defiant. There's nothing I can say about the Defiant. If it comes, it comes. I have no idea. Engineering decide on things that's supposed to work, but design was great. Not sure what you're trying to say. Will we still be able to use our ISO chips? Yes. Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to be spent on though. We getting new resources? Like what new resources? Like what would be an example of a new resource? Because like when I think resources, I think Parsteel, Tritanium. Like you asking if there'll be more currencies in the game? Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely need more currency. Definitely get more currency. I think that is the Franklin PvP event has had scoring metrics for defeats. It would have been better. So it had defeats if you were on the attacking side. They did add that, if I remember correctly. But hopefully the next arc won't crash on day one. Hopefully this arc will be better than the last month, which was an F. A lot of game crashes. Bill, a lot of times game crashes is incumbent on your device. As in your device and the game aren't getting along. I don't have that problem, but I do acknowledge that it does happen and it is real for you. Now I will say event reset is very laggy for me sometimes, but I'd never have crashes. Like y'all watch when I play on stream. When's the last time my PC client crashed? Now every now and then it'll lag up, but I don't have a crashing problem. For those curious what I have a Samsung S21 phone and my PC. But I do acknowledge that it happens. So, you crash frequently on the PC client, which is really shocking to hear too. Really shocking to hear, because the PC client is probably the most stable of the group and the easiest to make stable. Because like on a phone, let's say you have an iPhone, but like there's an iPhone 7, iPhone 11. Some people might still be on an iPhone 4. You know, it's a lot harder to get all those things working versus PC, just running, you know, Windows 10. Also, we give a shout out to Charles. Thank you so much. Charles donated $5 to our Cash App. If we get $45 donated to our Cash App or $45 more donated to our Cash App today, we're going to give away a t-shirt from our merch store. So if y'all want a t-shirt from our merch store, appreciate that, Charles. Thank you so much. Rev has a direct line to Scopely. I mean, I do. I have a couple of their phone numbers, and like I talk to them during the week, you know, on Discord and other mediums and stuff. And I try to pass along y'all's feedback, but I also can't guarantee that, you know, that they're going to listen and do this change based on what I say or DJ say. All we can do is try. You know, if any more features have been discussed for the Alliance Starbase, I'm not sure quite the purpose of it. Yes, they have been. I can tell you that the Alliance Starbase right now's purpose is to support the new research tree, essentially. That's its current purpose, to get bigger and better and support the research tree. More things are coming to Alliance Starbases. Now, what are those things? Well, I'll tell you, let's take a wild guess on whether or not Rev can answer that, but people are talking about it in the Discord all the time, so. I use PC client, I only get disconnected sometimes, but there has an issue with the Starbase Day where I can't access it. So I was actually we're going to look at that and test it out now. And yeah, that's happening to me. Still broken. Now, DJ has been bugging them about this. I'm going to have to reboot it, I think. But yeah. They ever ask you what you want from Star Trek Fleet Command? Are you asking, like, do they ask, like, what features do I want? I mean, I've been asked that plenty of times, yeah. Like, if you're asking, like, what did I, you know, I remember when the Next Generation was coming out and months before having conversations like, if I could design the Enterprise D, what would I want it to be like? And I can tell you the Enterprise D didn't get designed how I wanted it to be designed, but I have gotten to have those conversations before. And Hank's Corner, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I just got that on my phone. I'm gonna have to reboot this real quick. So you're about to have just a black screen because Starbase is still not working. Reboot. Got to reboot the client. Starbase not working. Not super knowledgeable on Amazon tablets. Would be the best to run STFC. I mean, just probably whatever the new Fire tablet is. I mean, Amazon's tablets are the Fire series, and probably just whatever the latest, the iteration right before is. You know, the Star Trek Fleet Command game is decently optimized for Android and iOS, but it's not amazing. Like, again, depending on what you're doing, it can start running hot and everything. But yeah. So with them doing new currencies for every arc run, are they going to commit cleaning up the old currencies? All I can tell you, Jedi, is it's being discussed. I cannot tell you what the plan is for that. All I can say is that yes, it's being discussed. That's all I've got for you. It's a horrible answer. I know it's not the answer any of us want, but it's the only answer I can give. Is that what you're saying has been heard and it's being discussed. And yeah. It is some conversions with the old Borg Arc ones. So they did some there. And the reason being is we do that event more now. So there's an Arc currency, agreed. Agreed. Here's their reservation or their hesitation for that. The one person who saves like 3 months and then gets everything in 1 month. And again, I don't understand that logic because that means that they missed out 2 other months and had to either purchase or miss out. But there's your reasoning. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the link. Every $50 we earn a day in Cash App, we donate. Which that reminds me, crap, I gotta do that. There's still 2 shirts I haven't sent out. So Jonathan, Clifford, and Moonreb, you 3 will get yours sent out today. I need to do that because I keep forgetting about it. But I'll do that today. New player today gets so much more free stuff than someone who's been playing for almost 3 years. Ooh, a Hydra BP. What do you mean free stuff? What do you mean? I'm level 30 ops. Is it worth going try faction lock? There's no need to do it by level 30. If you can definitely do it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but there's not like this need. I wouldn't say it's a pressing need to do that at that level. But you can. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's go send our Franklin out. I started a new alt character. I have like 30 million steel. Oh, yeah. So the new, if you've been in the game and you've restarted, which I'll admit, I love doing this at least once a year. And maybe we should have a video where we all restart together. New servers and the new progression, you can very easily go from level 1 to level 20 in a month. Easy. You can if you know what you're doing and you plan it out, you can make it from 1 to 34 as a free to play in 6 months. If you know what you're doing. Like, you can't just meander along, but like if you really pushed, you can get from 1 to 34 in 6 months pretty easily on a new server. So no, you're still going to have the struggle with officers and all the other stuff that you can't do, but progressive movement in the economy of the low level play is way better now than it used to be. Way more general. And that's because their goal is to start getting people into the 30s and 40s. But keep in mind that officer sourcing is still really bad, and you're going to struggle to have a lot of the officers that you need on a new server. And that's just kind of part of like that new lifestyle you've adopted. So that will be a pain point. But when to get the second tri-faction lock? House Beta, I would say level 46 or higher, before you get to level 50. If you want to do it earlier than that, you can, but you really only need it by level 50. Killer, he said the second tri-faction lock, which is 1 billion each. The 1 billion each, you just need to do it by level 50. But it's not a requirement to do it earlier. Is Scopely going to do anything with the gym grind? It's out of control. I hate to do this, but here's your answer to that. I'm not saying I like this answer, just that this is the answer. I'm not saying I like the answer, Dollars. I'm just telling you this is the answer. I'm not saying I like the answer. I'm just telling you this is the answer. There's a fix for the Starbase, and I'll Discord you later. Oh, thank you, High Tower or Hill Tower. When is Strike Team Explorer? I can tell you that Strike Team Explorer has been created. I cannot tell you when they come out. Good evening, Corey. Good to see you. Technically, it's good afternoon. But maybe we'll get Prime or Jordan Favors. Lol. Okay. New Primes always come out every month, too. You couldn't see the screen? That's weird. So the answer is there's a Bajoran favor for hostile grinding. There's a Bajoran favor for the Jemadar grind. So. The Strike Team Explorer targeting Interceptor. Just like all the others, if you look at the other groups, so scroll down, like Damar, for example. Wrong one. It's not what I was looking for. Let's use Strike Team Uno. So you see, when on a battleship fighting a player ship, all that you will matter when the explorers come out is that you're on an explorer. Just like when you're using Ducat, if you've got Ducat, when on an interceptor fighting a player ship. So it doesn't have to be specifically explorer versus interceptor. Now that's how the PvE crew works. That's how the Strange New World crew works. That's not how the PvP ships work. They just got to be specific to the ship you're on. Ohio says, I'm level 47 and locked Romulan 1B. Should I go for Fed or Klingon next? Personally, I would say Klingon, but that's just because I think their ships they look better. It doesn't really matter. It's all officers, it's all research, it's personal preference for all those ships. So. Hey Max Timer, good to see you. I was able to finish unlocking Strike Team and promoted my student to this incursion. Nice, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Thank you, Luna, I appreciate that. Do you think we'll get a mana skin to speed up the grind? I don't know. I would hate a mantis skin being the answer because that means I got to spend 50, 100 bucks to make a grind better. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I truly don't know. I have not been told that yet. Could you make an after try-like video? What do you mean, Harley? What do you mean? I don't know when is the new server rev. So I can just tell you that a new server launches every month about. Right on every month, a new server launches. Sometimes it's only every quarter, but just about every month, a new server launches. Was the prime for faster mana grinding? A skin would not make much sense. It would make sense in that you still need more. That the grinding is still insufficient time-wise. That the time requirement is still too much. Yeah, my argument is the prime is not enough. So, Looney, we just had Apex last week. What are you talking about? Apex. We just had Apex last week. Looney, where were you at? You rather have working, acting, and hostiles? So, Cata, server 20 is up to 3 systems that don't work. I've got to go down like the 34s, I think, to find an Apex, which obviously is a real inconvenience. I'm sitting in try-log grinding all 3 reps, raking the rewards. When should start progressing again, and how? Well, how is the same way you did it the first time, Harley. There's no other way. And when is, well, we talked about this in the Camping at 39 video. At 30 million rep, you have to start doing 4-star stuff. So 4-star mining and hitting like level 40 plus ships. So you probably don't want to hit 30 million rep until you're ready for that. Other than that, just keep doing what you're doing. Wish there are other sourcing for the Mantis other than Incursions. Any chance for that? Unless it comes around in an event store, no. The only other chance is going to be during like one of those big event stores we have at the end of every arc. So maybe at the end of the DS9 arc, when we have an event store, it could be there. But we'll just have to wait and see. Need higher Borg systems too. It's a killer. For that to happen, you're probably going to need a Franklin A version of the Vidar. So a new Vidar A to come out. Where would you go to do your 30 mil rep grind if you're going for ROM? If I'm going for ROM, Tygo Core. I would go grind in Tygo Core. Now, if you're saying that you've hit 30 million, like you've hit 30 million, if you've already hit 30 million, then you could go to Groombridge and it still be before Deep Space and hit your 40s here. Or Capital System. Beyond that, you're going to be in Deep Space. So whether you do like New Calgary like I used to, or you need a lower warp range, you come to like Gosling or Zozum, that's just kind of where you're going to have to be. If you're like level 39 right at that 30 mil rep, you can go do it in Groombridge where some 40s will spawn and you complete your dailies here. So like here's a 40 trader right here in Groombridge. But if you are kind of getting into the deep space, dark space levels, then you're just going to have to start going to like Zozum and this range out here and New Calgary. And now I've switched to just using my Valdor and I farm up in Eureka. So, rather than trying to use the Apex in a lower level system, would it be easier to just use Explorers in a higher level system? No, because the Apex still pays out a lot faster, a lot quicker. I can do something to upgrade my shift on my level 39, and most of my ships are about 1 million now. How can I increase my shift is my only concern. If your ship power is only 1 million level 39, that means you've got a ton of research and tiers that you have not done. Like, what ship do you have? Because the only thing I can think of that's 1 million at level 39 would be like a Salad. You somehow got a 1 million Enterprise, you've got like no research. They should totally add 34 and 35 board probe systems to speed up the board grind. Again, Harley, that probably won't happen until they make like a Vidar A type mechanic. Because if they're going to make new Borg stuff, then they would just go ahead and probably, completely update everything. At least that would make the most sense. That would make the most sense. Again, by the way, Hank's Corner and Charles, thank y'all for donating to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Don't give us Vidar A, give us the Narada. Okay, cool. Give us the Narada and call it the Vidar A. I don't care. Or just call it the Narada. The 3 times 33 systems greatly help, but still not enough during big events. So you have 4 33 systems, and they can get busy, but I am glad they added those in. You got Porta Gamma, and then you've got the 3 they added, Sigma Carmen, Beta Satori, and Zeta Gray over in I can't believe I've never visited this system. That's gonna bug me, so I'm gonna go visit the system just because that bugs me. Maybe Voyager could be the Vidare? Maybe. I would expect to see Voyager next year. I suspect to see Voyager next year. Right now, my largest ship is the Mayflower. I'm still trying to get the other Enterprise. I'm not even sure what you're talking about, ATX. Mayflower is your best ship at level 39? Am I understanding that correctly? Because that's a very difficult playthrough. Shroom Lord, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Any word on the updated roadmap? Nope. Nope. Should come out in November, but I have no idea when. It should have come out at the end of October, but I don't have an idea of when. And I told you I need to blow through research, so I'm blowing through research. Would love to see the Scimitar. I would love for them to start doing movie series, like doing arcs based on movies. I would love that. I would love that. And I've definitely asked for that. I need more away team currency. I need more currencies. Is it wrong that I want to see the old animated series as an art? No, it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with liking Star Trek. Nothing wrong with that at all. If anybody tries to shame me for that, well, they're silly. They're silly. So I use mostly Cardassians. There we go. Get these 3 researches going. Enterprise E, Sovereign Class. Sovereign Class looks great. For those who watched the Picard Season 3 trailer, did y'all notice that a Star Trek Online ship, the Odyssey class, has now been made canon, which I think is great. You know if it's worth it to buy the Prime 100% damage to hostile package? Which one are you talking about? I'm trying to think what Prime that is. Some people do the ops and building missions that don't build ships for some reason. Another logical thing I saw recently was the level 43 that didn't complete Angel in Disguise and never been in deep space. Anyway, are you talking about Prime Damage? Because you get that at the very beginning of the game. Like, for free. You don't need to buy it. You don't need to buy it. You have the Cerritos, over 1 million, and the Amalgam. ATX, so this is difficult because you've rushed. Like, you're way higher than you should be based on your ships. So that's difficult. We need to sit down and like discuss your account and see what we can do to try to make it a little bit easier. Gordon says, I'm off 39, have a tier 8 tier 4 and tier 6 in August. I jumped for the battle pass. Gordon, do you have the ISS jelly? I really would not recommend going into the 40s until you've got the ISS, and more importantly, until you're ready to go all the way to level 42. Personal opinion. Until you're ready to fast track to 42. Since Picard made Odyssey canon, when Scopa does Picard arc, they're gonna bring in the Odyssey. That'd be really cool, Falcon. I'd like that, but I have no idea. You have a tier 4 jelly? I guess the next thing, Gordon, is are you ready to start progressing into, like, are you ready to start that journey to 42? I would say go ahead and start it. Yeah. Highest I would take the jelly is probably about tier 5. Tier 5, which is where mine's at. And the only other upgrades I do on it is when I need to spend on an event. I'll throw something on it real quick just to spend for an event. That's it. Do you camp at 42 till you're ready to jump to 44 or 46? So I camp at 42 and then I move to 44 and then 46. But I'm probably at 42 for a while. Like, I was at 42 for a few months, and now I would have been 45 last month, but there was no spend event. So hopefully there's a spend event for me this month. I'll go to 45, and then I'll be 46 in December, and then in December I will get my Pylum. Yay, Pylum! And hopefully in November I get my Katinga. Yay, Katinga! So yeah, I'm waiting for another auction event. Yeah, away teams. 4 hours so I can pull my Katinga and my Pylum. You have a tier 3 jelly. Are you like a tier 3 minus tier 4, but has some warp range as tier 8 auger? Need the Valdor for warp range? Yeah, I mean, things have definitely changed strat-wise, because I know I hype it up a lot, but the Solar Armadas have really changed things a lot in the positive. So the jelly, because a lot of people would take the jelly from 39 to 42 and then just skip the 42 uncommons and go to the 46s. And I no longer recommend that. There's an argument now for chilling at 42 and picking up 2 uncommons and just like extending your gameplay. Jennifer says, I wouldn't jump before the BP. I just leveled past 39 and going up means you're lower on the food chain leaderboard. This is true. It's true. We talk about that. At 39, you're at the very top. If you go to level 40, the bracket for those leaderboards is 40 to 42. You're gonna have to deal with a much tougher bracket. Much tougher. In your opinion, would it be better to get a second 46 rare or save for the exorbitant cost of a 50 epic? How far are you from level 50? I'll give you the same answer I give a 42 player. If you're going to be at level 50 in 6 months or less, then don't get a second. Then don't get a second 46. If you're going to be 50 longer than 6 months from now, then go ahead and get a second. But because of the cost of what those are, 1 million faction credits, not to mention the actual like tritanium cost and everything else, upgrade cost, I would wait if you're with, as you said, you're a couple months. If you're a couple months away, then I would just get an epic. Ops 42, just one strike team. Lon, $20 player, almost free play. Nice, Luna. Battle Pass player. Very nice. Tier 4 Valdor and Katinga is great for Solar Armadas. Exactly. And that's the point I'm making. Like, I use Enterprise Augur Valdor now for mine as soon as I get the Katinga. The Katinga will be replacing one of them, and the question is, do I retire the Augur or do I retire the Enterprise? The Augur can create more damage, but the Enterprise can be a tank. So, Pylum and Coronar are going to get both. My plan is to get both as well. Now, I'll get the Pylum in December. I probably won't get the Coronar until like May. But my plan is to also get both. Hopefully they bring that rep pack again, so I don't have to grind it so much. But faction credits obviously still a big grind there too. Hit the button to go 33. You think it's a good idea to go 35? I mean, 35 is like one of my prime camp spots in the game, so I'm obviously going to push you to 35, but that's up to you. R-Dog, thank you so much for dropping that 10. If you do want to donate, we got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Every $50 donated a day, the Cash App, we're at 5 so far, seeing 45 more. We give away a t-shirt. If y'all want some free Rev Deuce merch, well, all you got to do, donate to the Cash App, support me and my family, support the kids, think of the children, and then also maybe get some sweet swag while you're at it. Appreciate all those who support, man. It means the world that y'all are just here. And if you are here, 390 people, hit the like button. Only 41 people have hit the like button, but there's 390 here. Hit that like button. It actually helps the channel. Believe it or not, hitting like helps, and leaving comments on videos helps a lot. Grows the channel, build the algorithm, and the best thing that you can honestly do, besides like the donate thing, forget the donate thing. Share this out. Get people in your alliance to come subscribe to the channel and come participate. Level 49 is still using the Valdor. Only thing is changing is Solar Armada events. 99 blueprints from the Coronar and 130 from the Pylum. Richard, I'm surprised you leveled up so far without a 46 rare. But yeah, I agree with you that solos have changed a lot of things. My debate is like, do I keep my Valdor here at tier 5? Which is obviously weaker here because not any stats stacked here. I need to upgrade Moreau. Really need to take her and max her out. Or do I take my Valdor to tier 7 for that extra officer spot? And I think I'm going to leave it here at tier 5, but I haven't decided. So obviously I'm not going to stop at tier 6. If I go tier 6, I might as well go tier 7. So. I remember where all the officers, oh my goodness. Well, this is the Valdor spot, never mind. And I don't remember who goes here. This is the health, I think Charvenet goes here. I think this is where Charvenet goes. Yeah, this is Char's spot. Nero goes on Dock C in the captain's spot. That's the auger for my Solar Armadas. We just rebuilt my docks. We just rebuilt my docks a day ago. And then I don't remember what was in that last spot. Defense. Who was in this last spot? I'm gonna put Az up there, but I don't remember who was in that last spot. I have a Franklin during Cosmic Cleanup. I'm only offered Franklin blueprints. Do I get second Franklin or do I save tokens? I would save, Michael. You don't need a second Franklin. You must be really low level. At level 20, you'll start seeing the discovery. So, do you need level 42 ship? I would say yes, based on the new Bajoran faction. Based on the new Bajoran faction, yes, getting a 42 is a very good idea. Based on the new Bajoran faction, getting a 42 is a really good idea, in my opinion. Actually, going to use. I'm gonna go mine some data while we're just chilling here. As a 49, would you suggest I wait until I can storm through to 53? Rich, because you don't even have a you don't even have a 46, so that's tough, man. Getting to 53 is a big jump. Like 49 to 50 is huge. 52 to 53 is also really big. I would get you an epic, man. Like, I can't believe you don't have the Coronar or the Pilum already. If nothing else, get the Coronar and the Pilum and save for a 53. Deteriorate Augur not max driving you nuts. Yeah, but here's the thing. Think of it this way. 7,200 is basically 2 legionaries I can scrap. That's basically 2 legionaries I can scrap. It's 2 legionaries I can scrap. Now the rares, I got plenty. The only reason I haven't maxed it out is this. Do I want to spend that 7,000 uncommon to max out the Augur? Enterprise. Yay. All right, you can go home, Enterprise. You did your job. Aren't you saving ROM credits for the Pilum? I am, meme. I am at a very low amount. The faction credits is what's going to be a big issue for me because I am currently at 70,000, 74,000. So let me bring out my calculator. What is it? 1250 per? Is it 1250 per? I've got enough for like 60 BPs. Oh, pull that. 1450 per. So I'm at 74,700. So I've got enough for 51 blueprints. 52-ish. I've already got like 15 blueprints. So I need credits bad. I need credits bad. Which is one of the reasons that I really have got to get my Klingon rep done. Because when I get my Klingon rep done and they're both commended, when they're both commended, then I will just start pulling Romulan again. But I'm not pulling any Romulan right now because I'm trying to get my Klingon rep up. Can you advocate for a bonus finder for ship parts? Hype, I do every month. Every month I already do, man. Already do. Already am on that boat. Recall the Meridian? I did. Thank you for the reminder, Booper. That was the plan. Stay at 49 until Coronar and Pilum can carry me through. The faction credit grind is real. It is, Rich. It is. At your level and your grind, you should be able to pull around 70,000 a month, I think. I'd have to go look at the spreadsheet that Anisi has created. Fed Scouts for ROM credits and Borg will get you like 1,300 a day. The Borg one is another issue because I have not been getting that away team, so I'm out of Borg. I need to go grind it again so I can get my 600 a day. So I got to go grind Borg today too. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the Discord link. Should I get the D4 or the Augur next? I already have the Enterprise. I'd get the Augur simply for Armadas. The Augur and that whole health is beastie. But the D4 is not a wrong answer either. They're both really, really good shit. Both really good shit. When a T8 Augur with full strike team killing Ops 46 ships is a good feeling. I mean, I will say that the strike team battleship crew is still the best crew for PvP. And it's really nice on that Augur. New ways to source faction credits like the new Prime, just don't take it to level 5. Hate that new Prime, man. But at the same time, I desperately need it. I wish my Syndicate level was higher. Still gotta finish this for the day. So much to do. I gotta go sting. I haven't stung anybody. Let's see if there's anybody in my system. Is anybody in my system I can just sting while we're sitting here? Let's see. Anybody here? Because I'm still down in this little baby system. No ships just loitering around. So we're going to send my mantis to... I wonder if anybody still mines in Wilhelmina. Or Wilhelmina. Anybody still mine here? Yeah, wow, plenty of people. We're going to go sting some random folks in Wilhelmina. The Cardi crew blows Strike Team crew on the Augur. No, it doesn't. I mean, yes, the Cardassian crew beats the Strike Team crew on the Augur. The Interceptor beats the battleship, but the battleship crew is still the most OP because they're the hardest to counter. It's very easy to counter the Cardassians. They're not super well built. They're good and they're strong, but they're a heck of a lot easier to counter than the battleship team is. The biggest difference is the best card on the battleship team is the rare. The Strike Team La'an is really good. The best card in the Interceptor team is the epic. So, forces I tend to sting every other day. The larger reward is better. That's what I do, Gordon. I do 4 stings every 2 days. That's my goal anyway. For the new 5-level rep prime packs, do you know if the packs get better as you buy them? Yes, K9, because they're level locked, but still, please don't buy those packs. Don't support that ridiculousness. Don't support that ridiculousness. But yeah, those packs are level locked, so they do scale up. Not Star Trek Fleet Commander related. Can you post a music playlist you use for Geese streams? So YouTube streams, I use the YouTube audio library, which is what you listen to now, and Twitch streams, I use a playlist. I gotta give a shout real quick. Here, let me update the board. Shout out to, I want to make sure that they didn't put something else besides their name so I can give them a shout out here. All right, they did. Brian, thank you so much for supporting me. And that donation is greatly appreciated. Thank you for supporting me and my family. I also want to put in Hank's Corner, which I'm updating the board up there. Thank you so much for support. And then Charles on Cash App. Thank all 3 of you for supporting the stream, supporting my family, donating. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Not worried about Armada so much as Incursions. Would a D4 Augur suit better? So for Incursions, PvP based, which Strike Team crew do you have? If you've got, honestly, which Strike Team crew do you have? Because that's all PvP. Sting you, sweet cherry. All right, gotta do 3 more of those. Sting some random miners. Does it matter what research I use my ion particles on? I mean, I would use them on the PvP one first, because you're getting ion particles every day. I don't have enough ions every day yet. I think I've got like half of a research worth, but I'm probably going to go for prime damage versus players. I'm at 528 out of 1,000, pulling at 8 a day. Let's see, I have 5 to 8 now. Means I need 472 divided by 8. I'm 59 days away. Roland, thank you so much for the donate there with the super chat. Great channel, lots of good info. I'm very happy to provide that for you. Thank you for the support. Don't forget Anonymous Phenom Poker. I had. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. So I'm 59 days away from getting Prime PvP. 59 days away from Prime PvP. What ships do you recommend for level 31 to go after? The Amalgam. The Amalgam. Where's your Stella at? Where's your Saladin at? Where's your Vidar at? Basically, it's all specialty ships in the 20s and low 30s. It's all about the specialty ship. I don't want to attack you. I want to sting you, dang it. So let's just go ahead and put... Harley, thank y'all. By the way, if y'all want to donate, because YouTube does take 30%, I don't care where you donate. All of it's appreciated. If you want to donate where it goes to me the most, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Cash App specifically, because I get less there, so I won't have as big of a tax form to fill out. How do you get the ion particle? So once your, Sean, thank you as well. Appreciate every single one of you. Once your treasury, right? Yeah, once your treasury hits level 40, you start getting 8 a day. It's part of your daily pull right here for your optical diodes. You get prime particles once you hit level 40 plus on your treasury. That's why you should be upgrading your treasury. Why you should be upgrading your treasury. Oh, ion particles, Raheem. Yeah, you're talking about the 3 ion particles that you need for the big research. Yeah, never mind. Ignore. I'm talking about the prime PvP particles. I was talking about something else. This is the problem when you have too many currencies in the game. You meant the ion particles for the missions. Yeah, I get what you said. Yeah. You're talking about like the 3 particles you get. Yeah. I got you now. I got you. Making good results on my battle meridian from Kang Ongar Warp Checkoff and Ears to Jackson's. That's actually a really good loadout already. I love TOS Checkoff. So I think he's a great fit. That's a good run. You got a good run already. 1 week from getting the Vidar, I have access to rare uranium now for Stella. Wow, James, nice. Definitely pick those up. Can you help server 81 to unlock level 40? Been waiting for 6 months. Zach, message me privately, and we can try to work on that for you. I will gladly try. I can't make a promise, but I will gladly try. Cannot make a guarantee. I got to really stress, I cannot guarantee that, but we have been able to push for that before. I'll give you the honest answer. If you have more high-level players who are kind of stuck and waiting, like you have a lot of high-level players that need to do something and they're complaining, that's the easiest way. Easiest way to get it updated. You need high levels to basically be like, yo, I'm bored. We're going to quit. Give us our stuff. And that's how you make it happen. But we can try, Zach. Just hit me up. And yeah, Ibrahim is right. You get the 3rd particle level 48 plus. Shout out to Harley, making up the differences. Use Apple the first time. Dude, appreciate it, man. Thank you for donating to the Venmo. Greatly appreciate that. Use Kamaris and rule the galaxy. Is that Alm Fonzie I see? Is that Alm? Is that a wild Alm in the chat? All right, I need one more sting, y'all. Don't let me forget. I need one more sting. Uno Stingo. And now we just grind our life away, trying to finish these dang. See, I'll be honest, except for needing to max con, which I have still not maxed con. I know that blows a lot of people's minds. I still haven't maxed con. There's like Swarm Sunday. It's not worth doing it for me, man. The payouts are so low. I have 2 of the 3 strike team officers. Who should I put on the bridge when I don't have strike team Lon? I'll be honest. If you don't have Lon, I would only use strike team Una, and then I would combine her with like Honor Guard Worf and Gorkon or something. You have max con either? Nice. Now I don't feel as bad. But like, I don't pull con from the augment store, and I don't use transporter patterns for him. And because con has become less important over time, I didn't focus on him. Now I probably need to max him just for stats alone for solo armadas. Officer RNG does suck. I never get con in pulls. So Swarm Sunday is really the only time I get con, and I am halfway to max on him. Like, surprisingly low for a person of my level. Where's he at? Con, where you at, buddy? Where you at? I'm at 720 out of 880. I mean, I need to max him because he's a health and attack officer, so he goes on multiple loadouts. But you got con max free? I mean, I'm planning on getting it for free too. I haven't yet. Always pull 10 con charge or transporter patterns during Apex. I never do that. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I never do that. I don't have any dust to spin, Ibrahim, because I just took my 6 of 11 to tier 3. So, and I also just upgraded Grush. So that took a lot of independent credits. I do have I think I'm now like 3,000 independent credits short of maxing him, but I've been prepping for it. But Grush went and I spent 10,000 on Grush to get Grush up a tier. Worth it, by the way. But all right, we're gonna finish our sting. This is our last sting. We can recall, sting, and recall. We finished that. I maxed full to max con simply for the transporter patterns on Sunday. I mean, that makes sense. I'm gonna get guaranteed trend. Now I get those from Mara every Sunday. But looking on your Discord for donation information. Richard, so anywhere in my Discord, just do exclamation point donate, or you can just do it here in the chat. But all donations are appreciated. Obviously not required, but thank you so much for even asking about it. And there you go. I'm at 39. My con is not maxed, but only because I've not spent the XP and independent credits. Waiting, hoping they'll finally give something to spin like an event. I can't tell you if that's going to happen. I mean, obviously, I'm with you. I would like the same thing, but I can't tell you if I know of that happening, because I don't. We need 3-star epics and lower space hostiles so we can grind them out. That is intentionally not there because they don't want you to grind out the epics for free. They want you to put in the work or spend the money. There's the key. Spend the money. That's what they really want. And I will tell you because I'm not scared. Rev's not afraid. Rev tells the truth. I need more isogen. I need more everything. I need more everything. Anti-proton scans, all base piercing. I'm about to be out of these now. Oof. And I don't ever use my Enterprise really against Romulan ships. I mean, that's PvP centered. That's for the pylum later. I don't do territory battles. Well, poop. Mantis hull plating. Mantis protected cargo. Mantis impulse speed. Yeah, I definitely need Mantis impulse speed. People be racing me and beating me. Shield overcharge doesn't really need that. Support tactics though. Oh, I've already done those. Never mind. All the independent officers, we need more sourcing. Agreed, Shadsy. Well, agreed. Don't worry. I bring this up. I bring these things up. I have not forgotten the plight of the players because I've got several things I'm stuck on too. Too many grinding loops. I'm always lacking something. Same Boxer. Like I got to go grind Borg today because the collective bargaining away team is not dropping for me. So I got to go grind Borg today. Collect, 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 collect. Don't sleep on shield overcharge. It's a net increase. Like I know that, but at the same time, I'd rather get the piercing stats first and then shield overcharge. See, no collective bargaining. I really need collective bargaining to come through. Really would like collective bargaining to come through. They should find a way to add faction independent credits to hostile loot drops, even if it's really low. That's actually already in that, but you get like 1 credit. It's ridiculously low, and the percent chance is less than 1%. I'm only waiting for some last 3-star ore, an auction to take my Enterprise to tier 8, then I'm moving into the 40s, hopefully during or after the next arc. Nice, Simon. Very nice. I just built D4/Enterprise and Augur. Which would you tier and for what purpose? Enterprise is the best generic overall. The Augur is my favorite for hostile grinding and armadas, and the D4 is my favorite for PvP. Boxer, what level are you? What level are you? 46 and sitting forever? I will be 46 for a long time. I'll be 46 for a long time. Oh, Richard, let me go take a look. Oh, dude, Richard, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you. Oh, my goodness. Here, let me put this up on the board. Richard, thank you. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you for supporting me and my family and my kids. I see you're a family man as well. Thank you. Thank you. You just turned 39 today. See, I was hoping you would say that you're actually in your 40s, so I would feel less bad about not maxing out con yet. But you know which TV series is going to be covered next in STFC? Nope. Nope. If I did, I couldn't tell you anyway. A Maximum Augur got 2/3 of the strike team. That ship is the beast. Yeah, the Augur is a really fun ship. It is really fun. I love my Augur. I recommend the Augur highly. The one drawback to every battleship in this game is they're slow and lumbering. But yeah, can't be at 39 for a while. Good strategy. Content creator I know came up with it. Pretty smart guy. Pretty smart guy. Smart cookie. You want 7 of 9 and Janeway? I'm not a big Voyager fan, but I mean, I definitely want them in the game. I definitely want them in the game. Heading for the Augur now. Very nice, Zell. Oh, that one actually blew up. And the Augur TOS skin is awesome. It is. Man, I'm a long way from that skin, but it is a beautiful skin. It is a beautiful skin. Waiting for you to map out the path to 53. I mean, the path to 53 is... oh, gosh. The cost, because I'm only at 44, is crazy to think about. Stellar Armadas have changed the game, man. I really need to make an updated like level 1 through 30 video, and then like a 30 through 40, then 40 through 50. Those all need video updates and just like notes for each individual, like what you need to do. Let me see if I finish a nom for nom. You're not a fan of a lot of the skins? I love the TOS skin. I personally love the TOS skin. I think it's gorgeous, but I also appreciate the original series Bird of Prey, you know, the Romulan ship from the original series. Like, I like that design. I like it. And I mean, if you don't, that's cool. I like that they're also functional. But let me pull up the refit real quick. We'll just use it for the Tribune because it's the exact same. But like, I love this look. It has the actual Bird of Prey from like the original series. I hate that it has the nacelle flares, but I mean, I love the paint job on it. I mean, they did a great job representing old school Star Trek. I love how it looked. I mean, and it's not a big boost or anything. It's nothing wild or crazy, but 70% weapons damage bonus. I just think it looks great. But that's just me, though. I mean, I really like them. Oh, I got the Playmates version of that? Very nice. I'm a grown man and I collect toys too. And no shame about it. 35 was a great hard camp. That was solid advice. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Laromi. You've been 35 for like a year or so? Geez, I wouldn't have stayed there for that long, but I guess that depends on how long, you know, you take to get some things done. But I'm glad you enjoyed the advice. Best skin in the game? So I will admit, I love my classic Enterprise skin. That might be my favorite. I know I'm a little bit of bias because I have it, but the TOS Enterprise skin it's gorgeous. Like, the new skins they keep coming out with are trash. Like, they look terrible outside the Starbase. This thing just looks good everywhere, and it is beautiful. Like, this is wallpaper worthy. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful ship. Skin. The only thing that they need is for the nacelles to be, the ends of the nacelles to have like the spinning effect. But absolutely beautiful. I love it. There are some gorgeous refits, but like the Enterprise D skin, I mean, it's okay. It looks good. It looks terrible in space. Ignore the purple. I do like the look of the salvage skins. Like, I like this look, but obviously this has nothing to do with Star Trek. Like, this isn't canon. I like how from an angle they made the nacelle red, but then they never actually changed it from the green straight on. So when it changes to that different light, it's using the original green. Nice. Very nice. I like the Meridian refit. I think this is gorgeous. This actually reminds me, have you ever played EVE Online? There's a faction, I'm forgetting the name of the faction. This is like their color scheme. And that's what it looks like it's from. It looks like it's from that faction. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. The Section 31 refit of the Disco is also a very nice looking skin. Amar, yeah, I think it is the Amar. I mean, like, look at that. It's just beautiful. Cerritos refit, I know it's from the show. Meh on the refit. And yeah, those are my favorite refits. Then you got ship abilities. Blah, automated defenses. Will not be buying. Will not be buying. Does make that gun look semi-imposing though. You want Suban Bounty Hunter refit? Same. I've been asking for that to be a ship in the game for a long time. What's up, Fielded? How you doing? You hate the Doritos refit? I'm not a fan of it. I respect that it's from the show. Like, I respect that it's canon. But which would be better for Armados? The ISS level 25 or D4 level 40? Depends on what crew you're running. Like, if you're on the Cisco crew, probably the ISS. That's tough. Honestly, I'm going to go with the D4 because you can just stack more stats, and stats mean probably better mitigation run. Shane, we've run domination. The key is for me being a domination that includes, this is big for me, includes spending officer and ship XP. Is there a place with STFC that shows you how long you've been playing? Sadly, there's not. That would be a great feature to have. I would love to have that for mine, but that does not exist. I'll be camping at 35 for a while. I want to get my T3 Epic or XW3 before even going to 39. I'm a bit past halfway. Very nice main event. Need an event that rewards spending faction independent credits on officer upgrades? I'll be honest, Harley, I wouldn't wait for that. I would just, whatever you have that you're debating on, just go ahead and upgrade it, because you'd rather get the better performance now than wait for that. So, model questions. Does Khan work on all ships? No, he does not. And how about Ash Tyler? He does not work on all ships either. Still a good officer though. He doesn't work on all ships. Would love to have a G3 Epic skin, which gives them more loot from reds. I mean, the reds don't really drop anything though. Reds don't really drop anything. It's a good high level system to grind that drops officer XP. Doesn't really exist. So Tiger Core is just special. I mean, if you get into like Warp 120 space, all the drops start getting a good bit better. But your M score is 40. Is that good? No. Since you're level 39 boxer, your M score should be at least around 80. So you've kind of got like a Rev Deuce thing going on right now at level 39 that I would encourage you to be better than I was at level 39. You really want to have your M score around 80 by the time you are in that level range. Oh, Dean, thank you. Got a buzz on my phone from Dean. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate it. It's a random amount, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Was it like are you from like the UK or something and it just converted that? I'm curious. Oh, you are from the UK, so that's why. Thank you, Dean. I'm gonna put up on the board now. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me and my family. It's up on the board as we work towards childcare fees. Childcare is expensive in the US. I'm sure we've talked about it before. I'm sure it's expensive everywhere, but $1,200. So, childcare fees. You wish the TOS were ships instead of skins? I do want, and I tell this all the time, I want more ships in the game. Like, I want more options. I want more things to get and collect. I want more ships in the game. Like, even at my level, I would be cool if I was getting, personally, I'd be cool if I was getting level 26 ships that were just different faction, like just to collect them. I like collecting the ships. Will they improve the amalgam refinery skin cost? I don't know of them doing that. I mean, I would love that. There's a new thing where employees must supplement childcare. Did you say? My wife has not worked in a year and a half-ish. So right around 2 years. I've been the solo income for almost 2 years now. Keep in mind that I have a 4-month-old baby and a 2-year-old daughter. And she hasn't worked since Alora was born. It's right around 2 years. They could have given us more ships, making the Dominion a fleshed out faction with the Cardassians and Breen. Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's a lot of work to make all those ships, though. A lot of work. But I agree. So yeah, Bartman, she has those. Like when she did her NCLEX, which is the national certification for nursing, she was in the 99th percentile. So she's gotten a lot of respect and accolades as a nurse, but she hasn't worked in 2 years. But she is an RN. So House 39, M100, I can solo exchange 37, rare 35, and epic 33. Yeah, Gordon, that's really good. That's really good, man. That's much better than I was at, and kudos to you for that. How important is it to use all your short every day? I'm not sure what a short is supposed to be, ATX. We have parental leave, pay up to 4 years for each child in my country. Well, Alzbeta, unless you want to move me there, does not exist where I'm at. I'm in the good old US of A, where everybody is free to spend more money. Free to spend more money. I would gladly pay higher taxes if it covered stuff like that. But anyway, we're not about to make it into politics here. Yeah. Level 31 with an M score of 6. Yeah, Mike. Well, we got to work on that, buddy. You're on a Rev Deuce pace. We need to get you up there. Is there a place that shows you exactly how much it would cost to upgrade a certain level? Yeah, Luna. A Spock's Club. Spock's Club. Is there a way to see which stellar researchers increase M score by how much? Xavier's short answer is any research that directly affects the cellas, like mitigation, piercing, damage, etc. Those are the ones that are going to increase the score. What's an M score? M score is just simply what we use to refer to the metric that how many researches you've got on your Stella. 6 is pretty much max. 31 till you can get your Eclipse defense research. I don't think it is max. I think you can get higher than 6 at 31. Pretty sure you can. Been a while though. Granted, been a while. Time to focus more attention to Stella. Currently saving for Stella Prime. Definitely do that. Get it to about 80 because you're going to want all those research. Like Rev didn't get my, I didn't get my ore efficiency research till here recently. You're going to want that before you level 44. M score 94. Steven, that's good. That's much better than Rev Deuce. Good job. Good job. You just hit 31 and I had no Stella research to do until I did Eclipse defense. Noted. You're 31 and M level 9. See, I thought you could get around 9 or 10. But just don't forget it. Like, don't ignore it. Make sure you're working on it. Wherever you're at, just make sure you're working on Stella. It doesn't have to be the main thing you're working on. Just make sure you're not ignoring it. Because I just straight up ignored mine. And I'm telling you now that Rev made a mistake and Rev regrets it. So you collect your boxes. What boxes? I've got pips everywhere. What boxes you want me to collect? I got pips everywhere. M11? Yeah, Aaron. Can you explain the difference between projectile shards and the projectiles? What do you mean, nuts? There's nothing to explain. I don't understand the question. One's a currency to get it, one's the actual projectile. Ooh, we just finished the event. Yay. And there we go. Recall. What are pips? Pablo, pips simply any of the little red things. These are what we call pips. All these are pips. All the annoying little red dots of things that you need to click and do. That's what we call pips. Prime pit removal research. Thank you. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, every little red dot. Every little move I make. You have shards, and I thought I could get snowballs, end up with the wrong ones. All right, yeah, so you try to do what a lot of people do. You're not going to fool Scooply into like a secret double dip. Some projectiles take 2 currencies, some take 1. For example, ionic disruptors just take regular projectiles. But if you go and get your refractive beam takes 2 types. You need epic projectiles and refractive beam shards. You need both. So if you get the refractive beam turned in and then go get ionic disruptors, you cannot get refractive beam. You need both currencies for this. You need both currencies. A couple people I've talked to, not even a couple. I've talked to dozens of people that try to double dip. Like, oh, I can get both. No, you cannot. Temporal torpedo, Triskelion torpedo, cryonic blast, refractive beam, all need multiple. Actually, I think the Triskelion only has 1. But like refractive beam, you need both. Do not try to double dip because that other epic at the top does nothing. It's a cosmetic. So don't double dip. Pay attention to what you're buying. Why is Plasma Blast the wrong color in the Amalgam Refinery? Nearly missed it. Honestly, haven't even looked. Let's go look. That's weird. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. You just brought that up. It might have been brought up to me before, and I just now noticed that. Do I have that one unlocked? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't have Plasma Blast. Corey, yeah, you might have mentioned it. Yeah, that's the wrong thing on there. So it needs 50. Do I have enough to get it? Do I have enough to get it on stream? All right, so I do not have enough to get it on stream. I do not. I really wish I had better amalgam pulls. In your opinion, do you think the amalgam refinery is a bit meh? Oh, the amalgam refinery is terrible. Meh is not the word. The amalgam refinery is terrible. It is really bad. As I get 24 shipskin shard trackers and 1 honor guard wharf. It is really bad. It is really bad. Yeah, there's no hiding. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up. We've been live almost 2 hours. I've got to try to get a pool cover onto the pool. I appreciate everybody who's been here. There's 400 of y'all. If y'all can hit the like button on your way out, I'll have a video and a live stream out tomorrow. And remember, Tuesday, we have a new arc. So we'll be giving away 5 battle passes on Twitch Tuesday. If you've not joined the Twitch channel yet, strongly encourage you to join the Twitch. So we will be there. We've been doing a lot of math there, a lot of Solar Armada math there. So check that out as well. And yeah, we will see you then. Thank y'all for hanging out. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you on the next one. Hit that button for liking and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.